took a chance on ourselves. We bet on ourselves. We didn't wait for a sponsor. We didn't wait for anybody to affirm or verify our dreams, our hopes, our plans. We took a bet on ourselves. We saved so many lives. We saved so many livelihoods, all the way from our team to our ecosystem. We bet on ourselves. Nobody put money behind us. We put us behind us.
Agikuti gokuta January Negi chaile negi sarubale Kana mani Umpudi tore wena sanulasi.
Hi everybody, welcome back to 1000 megabytes, what goes into a gig. My name's Atabs, the Beyonce of the show, and not just the show, but this company called Homecoming Events. It is the end of 2020. It's been a year of you guys just watching all the silliness and all the busyness that we get up to. So we appreciate those views and we appreciate you guys taking the journey with us. It's been a wild year. It's been a terrible year, but it's also been a very blessed year. Yeah, I don't want to get into how emotional it is, but to be able to have kept the company alive at a time like this has been huge, but it couldn't have happened without the support that we've been getting from everyone. So we are truly, truly grateful. So in this episode, we're going to get into quite a number of things, like very interesting stuff. So Boogie Fontein is Boogie's birthday. We asked him what he wanted. I think usually we'll have like a office lunch or someone will be gifted with something from the company. So I just assumed maybe he wanted a pair of sneakers or something, and he was just like, nah, I want like a razzle.
You want to talk about Boogie Fontein? First of all, I don't remember half of it. Second of all, I'm really grateful for everyone who came out to show love. I had a great time. People kept telling me how happy I was, which I can only imagine because Naka's a beast. Probably one of my most special birthdays I've had, so far.
13th of December was supposed to be our last Breakfast Club / Fontein brunch. But regulations changed and we could no longer host the Fontein that we had planned to. We wanted to close the year off with the original Fontein that we do. Would have had 500 people packs and just have that. But regulations changed, so we had to cancel that and I guess continue brunch. But a lot of people came here thinking this is the last one.
It's the last Breakfast Club for the year.
It's been a crazy journey. It was an idea at first, but to see everything happen and the idea become a reality, it's amazing.
One thing about Breakfast Club, it's given me amazing opportunities. I had my DJ debut at Breakfast Club.
I just wanted to say shout out to Homecoming for the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Homecoming for giving us breakfast and champagne.
You guys really have done the most for us, even in the pandemic.
Thank you to Malachi for coming up with something so innovative during this whole horrific time that we're going through.
In August, before they announced level 1, I said we're going to do a breakfast club as a restaurant set up. In Afrikaans they say, as the papri and moche escape, because we didn't know what's going to happen. And we did it, and God was faithful. It's all the years when you build your trust that come back to pay you back. So I want to say thank you to everybody in the team, everybody who supported us. Man, thank you. It's a type of gratitude. It's Christmas, man.
So that wasn't the last Breakfast Club. Today is actually the last Breakfast Club. I'm sitting here while people are having bacon, eggs, tomato, mushrooms, namakanda, and Jaeger bombs.
Thank you guys so much for carrying us and supporting us throughout the entire Fontein Breakfast Club.
PLK Polokwanefontein, was happening for the second time this year. So we had already had, pre-existing relationships with Meropa Hotel and Casino. So when the lockdown happened, they invited us over just to kind of talk about, I think that was like in March or something, to talk about, do we still want to do this? And, just breaking down what had happened the last year and if they were happy.
Greetings.
Yes.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hey,
I don't think we've met Katlego.
Katlego?
Yes.
No, we haven't met.
No.
Have we?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yes. Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah,
I think we've met Tabo today also
yes.
for the first time.
Fantastic.
We are familiar with the rest of the dream team. Maybe we should just quickly introduce ourselves. So I'm Katlego Malaji. I head up business development at Homecoming Events.
All right.
Neo Muela.
Oh, we spoke over the phone, yeah?
Correct.
Last week, yes.
Last week, yeah.
Fantastic. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
We had our first official meeting where, everyone just got introduced. So it had been a year since we hosted the last time. So there were different people who were in the room who weren't necessarily there the year before, who didn't necessarily know us or understand what we do or, anything really. We didn't know anything about COVID and how it's going to work, but we just wanted them to know. So we told them that as soon as the country opens or as soon as events are allowed to happen, they need to book our dates. And we had already known our dates from like April or something like that when we had gone early in the year. We said book our dates first.
If you've got like good waiters, runners, people, we might ask to make it easier so that we don't have to bus in an entire team. If you're happy to have them get a piece job with us on the day or whatever the case may be, those that are off shift or whatever, your call.
So after that introductory meeting, everyone is well acquainted. We are now selling tickets, we are booking rooms, we are booking security, we're doing everything. We wanted to go there very often, but we actually couldn't because there were so many things happening in between. We're hosting brunches and all of that. So we didn't go for about 2 weeks until we went to Polokwane to go host. So on a Saturday, we all had to get up really early, pack our stuff. On the way, trying to keep safe, know your woe, adhering to the rules of the road, but it was so packed. Like, people were going home. I mean, it's the 19th of December, so a lot of people are from Limpopo and they're all going home, but there was just bumper to bumper traffic. Like, at Kranskop, there was a Sanral activation that we went to go visit, I guess, and pass by. Boogie got a massage, and I think they just wanted people to understand that it's okay to rest. You don't have to, rush your trip when you are traveling long distance, because that's when accidents happen and people aren't focusing. Then we arrived in PLK, Meropa. We arrived and we were met with, obviously, the management team there, and a lot of the chats were really tense. It was tense because now regulation has dropped to 250, and we were stressing the past week or two, trying to cut numbers. There's people who got refunded their tickets. It wasn't their choice. We literally took the first 250 people who bought and, cut it off somewhere.
The powers that we called and we need to find each other. So currently we're dealing with the cancellation.
Whenever you know. Is that the only option? That's the only option. Yeah.
No, you fumbled. You fumbled.
I'm going to maintain eye contact.
I said this one. I know this one.
Look, I mean, so this year was supposed to be the year where, you kind of fix up last year's problems and you take it to the next level. And obviously, after doing Sun City at 500, we thought we could still deliver a quality show for Polokwane. But when that 250 hit, it became quite apparent to us that we had decisions to make.
because financially it was no longer a viable exercise. But on principle as a company, I don't know if it's a preference or it's just, we just don't cancel shows. And as far as we can help it, we don't cancel shows, because once you begin to cancel shows, you diminish consumer confidence. It was tough negotiations, but the Meropa team, everybody had something to protect, and I guess at the end of the day, everybody was trying to adhere to the law, but we finally, found each other halfway with the local SAPs and job committee, and we pulled off a show. For us, it wasn't the greatest show as organizers, but for consumers, they loved it, they enjoyed it, because we remain consumer-centric at every turn and every juncture.
I must say, I've dealt with many promoters and events organizers for the last 20 years. In my role, 15 years in my role. But this has been the most professional company I've ever met, so keep it up.
The staff at Meropa were very strict, and they said they are counting 250 people. Like, they're not trying to play with us. Like, we mustn't come with funny things. And really, we weren't. Like, it doesn't help if we oversubscribe and then everybody gets into trouble, then we can't even fulfill the second day where people have paid, we've paid for stuff. Like, it's just money. Like, everything was just money. Also, you don't want a bad rep for yourselves or the hotel or anything like that. So we were just going through all of that stuff and just normal admin for the day before, making sure people have all their ticket confirmations.
Okay, let's pay for 100 rand. We start the game right now, we pay for 100 rand. Bring 100 rand.
This guy loves to break it when he's losing.
Bring my wallet.
Don't you owe really like 1.2 or something?
Okay, let's go now. 100 rand. Atabs, bring my wallet.
That's crazy. He might just win this time.
Be like that from time to time.
Me too.
Me too. That's a good goal. What did you say what's that show called? Queen's Gambit.
I retired. That one guy was like,
Jerry Cock and Shoot, we're here offloading stock, ready for homecoming Polokwane. All the brands are here, we're ready. Let's rock.
There's certain things you want to throw a gig. There's certain things you don't want to worry about. I don't want to worry about the stage. I don't want to worry about the bar. I don't want to worry about security. I don't want to worry about those things. And Jerry, Homo, Scooby, those guys they always make sure that we don't really have to have. There's no long talk every time we're with them. Very professional, very efficient. Always a pleasure working with them.
More setup in your Fontein. More setup in your Fontein.
So that guy, he was saying no to even extending the stage.
Yeah, he was saying if I extend, give me more money. I'm like, bruh, they're talking about a tent. When you've closed it down that way, how is that tent supposed to see the stage?
It's never part of the plan to have people setting up at 11. Yes.
It was the wrong stage.
It was the wrong stage, so they had to take it down. And then it took them, Lord knows how long to put up the stage. And then sound, which should take maybe an hour or two at most to set up, that took like 5 hours. Because, look, we have to make the tough decisions and then also deal with the consequences or repercussions of the decisions that we made. And yeah, you kind of have to take it on the chin sometimes.
As per every gig, we have the first meeting of the day where everyone just comes together, we pray, and we just start designating tasks.
All right, ladies, what I need from you guys now is the packs. So, Chantal, grab a corner, let's get those packs lined up, rolled up. We'll come and do the room setup. The production guys can then help us set up the room. Boogie, where's the signage for that signage we printed? tell that guy he better double, triple scrim the front of the event to the best of his abilities. Try and spread everything as wide as possible for social distancing purposes. And Boogie will instruct you on everything else. I think you guys can go. It's 20 to 11. Cool. 12 o'clock, we'll meet back up here.
So basically this is where the whole gig, this is the heart of the gig. So anything that you're gonna see on sites comes from this room, whether it's hand lotion, whether it's a light you see, whether it's a rider for an artist, it all comes out from this office. And that stuff needs to be put on paper and counted. So when we collect everything back, we see how much we've lost, or if we've made a loss in that case. Just to see if everything is still intact.
We are setting artist times. Devin Gogo can't do her time. I thought I'd figured it out, but I was looking at the wrong schedule. There's a new one. Now we have a mess.
DJ can't play at her set time, so now we need to figure out where to put her.
Hi, I'm on Mlamu. So yeah, right now we're busy with the welcome packs.
These are the itinerary for the event. So once people get here,
Pretty.
you're gonna make them pretty.
Not pretty, but like fold on the line.
Yeah. So once people get here, they come and collect their welcome packs, and then they get the itinerary for the weekend, which says your check-in and passes, where to get it and everything.
So the welcome packs are like gift packs that we make for the out-of-town gigs. So they have like survival kits in there. We spoke about them in the last video, but basically your rehydrates, panados, a brochure of when to expect what, condoms, which always excite people.
We try to keep everybody safe by having a condom in their welcome packs.
Okay, but here's the critical question. Ngo-6 condom ingekho. What are you going to do?
La rest.
It's a big team, so you need to be able to communicate with each other. It's a big team, big venue. And it needs to be efficient and effective. So the best way, what's better than a fleet? A walkie-talkie. Okay, so all the merch that you guys see this year is designed by me, and some of it was designed by Aston earlier on. Like this t-shirt I'm wearing, that was designed by me. So for PLK, I really struggled designing for PLK because one, I've never went to Polokwanefontein. So I just decided to make a tag and incorporate what I think people from PLK and our patrons would somewhat find a link between and resonate with each other. So it had like the N1, which is the road that goes to PLK, I think. Is it? Yeah, N1. There was music, the bear share, just to represent what going to PLK, being at PLK, being from PLK, and us as homecoming. I'm a homecoming hosting in PLK.
Polokwane prep, we went through the jungle. We went through Sun City. Polokwane was like, nothing will ever even. It's like being a marathon runner and then being asked to run like 2 laps. We thought we had it under control. Most things went according to plan, you know, check-ins, no real drama there. Our setup was fine. We were on time, on the ball. Everyone kind of did what they had to do, you know? There aren't really any major talking points about setup, except for the part that they had to take the stage down, then put it back up again, and then it was still shit.
My name is Luhumo, and right now the Polokwanefontein sign, if you can just turn your camera, is going up.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much that I can say about this moment, because there was a point where I didn't think that we would actually have a stage where we could hang this sign. 11:30, midnight last night. We were with Boogie here, and there was no stage. You know, trying to see where I can source something. But now everything is plugged in. The bean bags are in. The fridges are being plugged. I mean, it's. You look around, everybody's moving.
I was worried about rain every day, but nah, neither here nor there. Like, you know, the show must go on.
Hi everybody, my name is Caleb Koza, and here we have our Sanral photo booth. Basically, as you know, Sanral is one of the sponsors of the event, and basically what we're here to do is obviously just to tell people to party hard, but also to remember to be responsible, not to text and drive, not to drink and drive. Here on our photo booth, we do print out the pictures for you so that you can take them home with you with the brand around it. And then on next to me here, we will then have our oxygen bar, and Brett will tell you more about that.
Yes, our oxygen bar is Sanral promoting healthy living. Breathing oxygen is healthier for you, sobers you up, keeps you responsible, and with our new COVID protocols, it's a safe activity that you can do at all these sorts of events.
So as you guys obviously know, we've been working with Sanral, just trying to get or make sure that everybody is responsible in their partying and in their use of the roads. Young people do have a tendency to neglect a lot of road rules and just, you know, being mindful on the road. So Sanral had a small activation where they were basically just explaining to people, you know, the Know Your Woe campaign and just how we should be engaging the road at all times, as well as this oxygen bar. Basically, the oxygen bar is supposed to help you sober up. Also, they provided Wi-Fi the whole time. So if you saw people snapping or doing whatever, it's because there was Sanral Wi-Fi the whole time, which I thought was such a cool addition. So the first day, it was like raining and all of that. Obviously we were stressed, but I mean, we expected it because it had been raining in PLK the whole week. There were a lot of hiccups because we were all trying to find our feeds. I don't think we were very happy with the sound at all. Those guys are never, like, they're canceled. Like, it's done.
Good morning. It's day 2, Polokwanefontein. So today's Matita Mondays. We're gonna have our meeting now.
Let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, I want to thank you for a lovely first day. Thank you for the gift of life today. New day. Pray for your favor, your grace, your mercy. With the weather, with people, with the vibe, with the ambiance, with the good memories that will be created to glory in Jesus' name. We pray. Amen. Amen. It's good to be alive. Let's just start and reflect on that. It's good to be alive. It's nice to be here. Nandubala.
It's nice to be here.
We'll talk tonight, we'll drink tonight. Put some drinks and ice for us. Have a party tonight. That's what I'm saying.
Someone is having a party right now. Someone.
Yeah, but here's the reality. We need to finish strong, right? So we're here now. We know what needs to be done. We want to set up that furniture. We want to maximize it. We want to use the benches. It's your gig, your show. Please, the sound.
We're on it. I'm going back to
whatever the case may be. Repurposing, I don't know how many more people need to check in, whatever. Let's figure out where we can help, how we can help, if we can help. Let's do whatever needs to be done to ensure that we finish strong.
Does everyone have one? Sorry. Does everyone have a bucket
So I mean, you're using the same venue, so you want to kind of change the experience in as far as you're, you know, in control of that. And obviously, one of the ways to do that is to change the setup, change furniture, which already it just changes the mood. Changes people's perception on the event itself. So that's kind of the thinking, you know, similar to what we did in Sun City between All White and Fontein. You know, how do we sort of move things around to make this a brand new event, even though half of it is pretty much the same.
We had our hand wash stations that we've been taking everywhere. You know, people had sanitizers that we had given them, but people were being sanitized. We distanced the hell out of every seating. Like, you couldn't even talk to someone from another, like, you know, seating station. Majita Mondays is a term that Venom, Banks, and all those guys came up with basically when they would, I guess, be working all weekend, DJing, going out, doing whatever, and then Mondays they'd like spend time together.
I saw that guy climbing on the trussing. Of course I was worried about the integrity of the trussing, but not really, because we had an engineer, he signed it off, but it's Polokwane.
The sound was horrible, guys. Hey.
Okay, let's fix the sound technicality.
Still not on.
Hey, shut down the fucking mic! Can you switch on the fucking microphone?
1, 2.
Switch off everything that you need in here. Switch off these speakers, switch on the mic to the fucking ground. Switch off the shit, cause this shit's fucking up the mic.
I was furious. I'm probably still furious right now.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Venom and them are also like contractors. They've been contracted to play. So I shouldn't have to be playing and trying to fix the speaker behind me so that I can continue playing. Like, that's so out.
When I got to the show, because I was in my room the whole day, and I got to the show and I could hear the sound was low again. And I asked the one guy, I said, "Dog, are you happy with the sound?" One of the guys that was working there said, "Yeah, it's audible." And I lost my marbles at that moment. I said, I didn't pay you for audible sound. I paid you for good quality sound. You promised me good quality sound, and here I am meant to be grateful that it's audible. Audible to who? You know, by whose standards? So by then I was already upset, and I'm a big believer in working with locals, with supporting local fellow young entrepreneurs. And I mean, that guy ruined it for everybody, because over the years we've learned that it's just a lot safer to take our guys, our core team, and travel with them no matter the cost. And we had to leave them behind when scaling down the budget, because you know, it cost us that much more to transport the stuff, to house the people, to feed them, you know, and clearly they have better equipment, it's more expensive. But this guy's ruined it, because now I'm not comfortable going anywhere without our people. And so I want to thank firstly God for the opportunity, for the wisdom, for the ideas to come up with these kind of concepts, for the favor with places like Meropa, with Sun International, favor with consumers who trusted us, but most importantly the team, you know, Boogie, Tabs, Neo, Boips, Jason, Keith, Kopano, Chantel, all our service providers who came to the party to make sure that no matter what the level of the regulation was, we still delivered a homecoming event.
If we're not gonna let the negatives dictate the narrative of the weekend, I'm just building up a little courage to sing. I just need a little joy. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Sithandazelo Boogie wethu. We mama yo yo yo. We mama yo yo yo. This is Pokes from SAB. These are our local brothers, and actually to the team, in front of the team, I gotta say to you, Pokes, thank you, because you guys rode with us in the desert place, and that's never gonna fall deaf on us. We really appreciate it. We thank you guys so much.
We had a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please continue to like, subscribe, and comment, and share with people. And remember, I'm the motherfucking CEO.